Turn my headphones up. All right.
Damn, Jay,
it's 8:15 with the Trap Queen. 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 You know the vibes. Yeah, you know the vibes. What's up, everyone? It's Wednesday, so you already know what it is. Power, okay? We on season 3, episode 5. Oh, this definitely Clutch My Pearls episode. You know, I got the pearls on the shirt. You know, I wasn't planning on that. Y'all. But yes, I am ready to get into it. Gotta bring the homie up. Brillo the plug. What's up?
Lovely day.
Oh, I forgot you were waiting on this.
A lovely day.
Oh, man.
This episode.
I can't even say I was completely happy. I'm not even going to lie. But we're going to get into it. Let's see who's up in here first. We got Mr. Jones. He's saying this is his favorite episode. I hope it ain't because...
Yes.
your girl, you know. Oh, Lord. Hey, Daria, Samira. Let's see here. M. Mac, DeMarcus. Let's see here. How y'all doing this evening? What's up, y'all? We got to get into it because this is a lot, all right? But before we do, we got to have the manners, okay? Make sure you're liking this video. Subscribe if you're not already a subscriber. Sharing your girl, please. Come on. Do me a favor. And yes, if you're watching the replay, let's get down in the comments and let's have fun in the chat during this live, okay? So, Samara, you can't be like giving me compliments like this, girl. Your favorite thing to do on Wednesday is to be with me. Oh, Lord, you're going to have me shed thug tears up here in the trap, man. Come on, y'all. Far too kind, all right? Well, let's get into it, Brillo, because I know you probably want to skip to the end of the episode. But we're not going to do that right now. What's up, Nappy Boy? How are you? Yes, it was layered. Yes. So let's get into it. So I had to take a photo of this shot. I just love the cinematography and just the intensity of this scene because Tommy's over there just tweaking a little bit. He paranoid. He just got shot. His life is in danger. But of course, he's a drug dealer. He's low-key, should be used to it. But I think he's feeling the stakes at this point. All right. He in the loft. He over here like redecorating the windowsill with the blicky and all. But, you know, your girl Holly, she's like, what's wrong, honey? What's wrong? You know? And so he's like, it just doesn't make sense. Why Lobos would shoot me? Like, you messing up your bread if you do that. So it's not making sense to him. She was like, well, we got to make sure he's going to, you're going to kill Ghost because he doesn't seem like the type of man to wait. So we need to get this thing done. Holly stressed out. Tommy stressed out. What's going on with this lovely couple, Brillo? Like, are you feeling the stress?
Holly just swerving in and out of her lane. No control of the whip. Just goofy. Don't know what's going on. Don't know what made her think that she could do some decision making in these instances. But, more of the same right here. Of course, it was a good scene. Tommy was hella paranoid at the windowsill, coked up.
Yes.
Just two things that don't mix.
Tommy on coke, I don't know, it's low-key a good time. Like it's definitely like some good acting going on. I don't know how much research was involved, with preparing for this part of his role, but he definitely A+ Tommy on coke, all right? But yes, Holly was like, we can do this together. We can kill Ghost together. I'm like, girl, don't you know nothing about Ghost? Like, he ain't that easy to kill. Hey, you ain't even never caught nobody, Holly. Like, girl.
She picturing the same dude from the club. She don't know at all what's going on. Like,
she's definitely thinking it's James she trying to kill, not Ghost. Oh, Lord. So speaking of Ghost, he's in bed with who. They always got to start off with an old sex scene. And of course, she's stressed out because Ruiz is back in the picture and Ghost can feel it. He's like, "What's wrong, Angie?" And she was like, "Well, it just doesn't seem like this is gonna work. Paz hates you, Tariq hates me. Like, this is, probably not the best idea." And he was like, "We gonna figure it out. We love each other, girl." And I'm not gonna lie, Brillo. Like, this is low key, like, I hate saying this, but it's low key a beautiful love story. Like, they really love each other.
I agree. It's definitely he definitely love Angela because he's not superficial or whatever. If it was about that, because Tasha looked way better, way better. Not to objectify these both two beautiful women, but I mean it's like two different leagues, like
He was
the
on
G
court.
League and the NBA. Like, nah.
It was definitely probably the inside that counts. I mean, well, this the top inside. Hey, Savannah Boo, how are you? I haven't seen you in a minute. What's up? DeMarcus said Holly was pressing Tommy to kill Ghost like Tasha was pressing Ghost to kill Kanan. Yeah, a lot of pressing going on.
The only difference is Tasha, at least familiar with the streets. She know what time it is. She know it's not gonna be easy to kill Kanan. She not going in there half cocked with a hiring, weak hitman. She ain't try to do it herself.
That's facts. That's facts. She knew what she was dealing with. And Savannah said, "What up, though?"
What up, though?
Oh, y'all got the most popping greeting. I ain't gonna lie, Detroit. I'll be catching myself sometime. I probably listen to too much Detroit music as well. That don't help. But yeah, so Angie gets a text from Sax and pretty much saying Ruiz that strategy meeting pushed up this morning. Better get in here. And I just, feel the tone. Sexy low key rude. So she got to go to work. Okay, and Sandoval, he's working too, of course, under the table for your boy Lobos. Now, I wanted to get a clip. I didn't have time, y'all, but this scene when we talked about your top 10 power characters on your live yesterday, please check it out.
Yeah, this was a highlight Lobos scene.
Yes, I was definitely thinking about Lobos and scenes like this. He just was so good with the acting, like chef's kiss. But long story short, Sandoval is updating Lobos and letting him know, like, oh yeah, Ruiz is back in the picture. And yeah, he's looking to possibly snitch. And of course, Lobos was like, "I thought you took care of it. Like, what's going on? I'm confused, bro. Like, you need to make this happen." So he was like, "Hold up, get my mans in the building to kill Ruiz, or I'm gonna have to tell him to kill you instead." So Sandoval is getting stressed out because he know his real boss is cray cray. But how do you feel about just this? Lobos kind of nervous and turned up.
Classic Lobos. You see Sandoval in there stressing. The episode's kind of blurring. This the episode where Sandoval had to play to have one of Lobos to sign a little papers.
Yes.
Yeah, so Sandoval he got to play to get him out of it. He asked Lobos to sign the papers. It's gonna say Lobos snitching on the Jimenez, but they want to spring him out before that. So this is just to get him to transfer. So they can get him up out of there. And then this is when Lobos does his awesome performance. Tells let's just say he tells Mike how excited he is about the news. And when I say excited, I'm talking about
that was a little later on, but
really?
This is like the first part of the episode. That's
it's
a little
all blurring together.
But yeah, that was quite intense too. So Tasha tells Tariq, we got to go get ready. I think he was supposed to go to a therapy session because he's suspended from school for bringing Angie's blicky up in there. And he was like, change of plans. What? I gotta spend time with my father. Like, what? Ew, that's ghetto. I don't want to do that. And so she was like, "Don't be like that, Tariq. Like he wants to spend time with you. He's trying to make an effort." And he was pretty much making digs like, "Oh, Angie was too busy. Like that's why he wanted to spend time." And I ain't gonna lie, Tasha, she was doing a commendable thing. She was sticking up for Ghost and letting Tariq know like he is trying. Meanwhile, Ghost is overhearing the whole conversation, and just kudos to Amari's acting because you can just feel the hurt and just see it on his face. The nonverbals was definitely doing their thing. But yeah, it was, I ain't gonna lie, it was kind of funny. Tariq just not trying to spend time with his daddy. And I have to give Ghost a little more credit. He was spending a little more time or trying a little more with the kids that I do give him credit for. So you know, your son is kind of doing his thing, Brillo. I have to.
Yeah, Tariq old enough.
Yeah.
Yeah, get over it, Rick. Get over it, grandson.
Yes, he is a spoiled little brat. Ugh. You brought a whole gun to school, bro. You're like, your tail. You shouldn't be able to sit down right now.
This man is top 10. You brought the blick to school, being in sport. Come on, man. Stop playing.
Now,
Somebody
I was
actually
thinking about
told
that.
me they will put Effie on there instead of him. Like,
I ain't gonna lie, she was in my mind. I ain't gonna lie. I probably would.
Y'all letting y'all fellas get into it, man. Tariq is an integral character in the Power universe.
I would give him 10. Number 10.
This is crazy.
Y'all, if you haven't done so, go to Brillo's live from yesterday and look at his top 10 and see what's going on and go down in his comments to let you know if you agree or not, okay? All right, y'all. So, you know, Angie and Greg, it's just a whole mess. Greg, he in his feelings too because he wants to get back. Even though he low-key is trying to be a good cop, he's really trying to get at Angie and her boo, okay? So they're discussing Ruiz and how they're going to handle the meeting. And, you know, originally they want Ruiz just to snitch on Lobos. That's the safest bet. But Greg was like, nah, we can do a little better. We can get him to snitch on the whole organization, including Ghost, a.k.a. James St. Patrick. Of course, he's not saying all that, but him and Angie, they're locking eyes, and he already telling her, like, itch, I'm going to get you. Like, it just... Greg was kind of getting on my nerves. Like, were you ever team Greg, Brillo?
Never. He was always a sucker.
Oh, meanwhile, Sandoval is stressed out. But it's kind of funny because, of course, Angie and Sandoval are unaware. Well, Sandoval knows about Angie's relationship with Ghost and that she's kind of his little plug, but nobody knows about Sandoval. So they both are not wanting Ruiz to be a part of the situation because it does not benefit them at all, low key. But it's definitely hilarious with the dynamic in the office. And Max said Ghost was confused because he's emotionally incoherent when it comes to the kids. All he knows is to provide and protect. Sometimes, but I think there was a scene in this episode specifically where he was trying to emotionally be there. But he could definitely improve in that. But, you know, he's a layered man. And, of course, we are all not perfect. Mr. Jones said, who is worse, Greg or Whitman? Ooh. Greg. I don't know. I think, yeah, I'm agree with Greg. We saw a little more than Greg. Whitman, we got maybe, I don't even know we had a full season of Whitman. He definitely got on my nerves. But Greg was definitely... on that ass. Whitman was more so trying to get Professor Hotbox, whatever. Yeah. Greg is after Ghost, and we absolutely can't have that in Power universe. So it was more at stake, I feel, with Greg. But Holly and Tommy, they still arguing about this whole Ghost situation, but we get a knock at the door. Y'all already know. Kate, I ain't gonna lie. I can't say she's my top 10, but she up there. She up there. I love Kate. I know she toxic. Blame it on me and my hood upbringing. But I love me some Kate. She comes to the door. Of course, this is her first time meeting Holly, vice versa. And it's definitely some tension, like low-key rude. She comes in, was like, who is this? Like, who the hell is this, Tommy? And she was just like, I'm his girlfriend. And, you know, they just really just back and forth. But it's funny because they both got red hair. Apparently, you know, Tommy is looking for a mommy figure. And she also notices Holly has her mom's ring on. And of course, Tommy's like, I got it out of Hawk, you know what I'm saying? So you can't say nothing up in here. But it was kind of awkward and tense, seeing Kate and Holly in one scene. Do you think they ever would have been like a happy family, Brillo?
No, because Kate know what time it is. She is, like you said, toxic, but she know Holly is no good.
Yeah, a mama knows, child. Mama knows, all right. But yeah, Kate was a good time. And the only reason she over there because she claimed she said the mortgage was past due and she was trying to figure out what's up with that money, okay? And Max said Kate is like Scarface. She tells the truth even when she lies, and she loves the cocoa. Facts. She does love the cocoa. Yes, Marcus. She can't stand Holly. Of course, and it's one of those things too that Kate and Tommy have a weird little relationship. So when she low key sees Holly as competition, and we can't have that. Kate don't like that. So of course Tariq is spending time with his daddy, and Ghost shows him like, "Hey, you had some courtside tickets to the Knicks game, but it was a gift until you brought the blicky to school. Now you're gonna have to work for it." So he enlists Dre to kind of train Ghost, and in this scene as well, Ghost is like, "I gotta talk to you, I gotta rap to you, Ghost," and Ghost playing him to the left. And I hate it. Power was good with those scenes. Like, no, let us know what he was trying to tell Ghost. Like, it was so aggravating with just how Ghost would just cut people off, but that's TV. I know that's how they write it. Do you think Dre would have been a good apprentice? Tariq would have been a good apprentice for Dre.
That would have been fire if they would have made Dre character loyal and not like a rat snitch punk in the end. Then yeah, definitely. I like what he told him about Sean too.
What happened?
Tariq was like, "Yeah, he didn't even care." He was like, "Nah, your dad cared."
I did appreciate that. Dre did kind of look out, for Ghost in that moment. So I did appreciate him saying, like, no, Ghost was really hurt about Sean. And Tariq was like, you don't know, he was just a brat. I just wanted to just give him a good 2-piece at this time.
To his defense, though, he sheltered. He know his dad. He don't know his dad is a dope man or catching all these bodies. He just a rich kid that's spoiled, delusional. You know what I mean? So that at this point, it ain't even his fault.
Yeah, I agree. I agree with that. All right, so I love this scene too. This scene was pretty fire to me. Proctor, he's in the courthouse, and
top 10 Proctor.
I'm sorry.
I said top 10.
Yes, Proctor is definitely he's top 10 for you. I mean, technically he's top 10 for me, but he's really like my top 3, 4, 5. It varies. But he's what did you say?
I said, woo, that high. Well, go ahead.
Because I don't know what it is. I just love Proctor. Not really so much in the complexity. It was more so, I guess, my top favorite. Not necessarily just top characters in general. But he's in the courthouse doing big things. So, he's a lawyer. We got to get them checks. Okay. Cause we got to buy those drugs for his ex-wife. I don't know if they was technically divorced, but y'all know what I mean. So they're trying to clear the hallways of the courthouse because there's this high profile witness. So he has a little, not a connect, but he got somebody inside. I want to say his name was William, but he's like a, security guard or what have you for the courthouse. So they, rush everybody off to the out of that hallway. He goes in the elevator, but he want to see what's going on, like who it is. So he gives my man I don't know, $50 or something, like, oh, hold this elevator door. And thank God, praise Jesus, because he realizes is Ruiz coming through in the hallway. I'm like, see, look at the Lord be looking out for ghosts. So of course he's like, what the F, what's going on here? Like, he's supposed to be, not an issue. So yeah, it's definitely looking bad. But do you have anything to add in regards to Proctor in this little situation?
Yeah, just Proctor being slick, just being slick. Slid him to 50.
Definitely appreciated that. So of course, being the great lawyer that he is, he goes right to Ghost. He was like, yo, like, I thought you said you got rid of Ruiz. Like, what's going on? He was like, I did. What you talking about? He was like, I just saw him in the courthouse. Like, he's supposed to be some credible witness. And the problem is, or the question is, who is he snitching on? You or Lobos? That is a question. And he asked Ghost, like, do you think he's going to be loyal to you? Of course, Ghost didn't really know the answer. He was like, yeah, you got some problems, my man. And also, this is a multi-purpose visit because earlier in the episode, Ghost asked Proctor to draft some separation papers from Tasha to make it official with Angie. And so he hands that to Ghost. It's like, you sure you want to go through with this? Because Angie failed to mention to Ghost that Ruiz is back in the picture. And he also told Ghost, like, I saw him with her. They were walking down the hall together. Like, you sure you trusting her? So how do you feel about this whole situation with Ghost?
Another red flag for Ghost. Like, what are you doing? What are you doing, man? Leave her alone. Like, this is why he's in the sucker simp Hall of Fame. Like, leave Angela alone, man. Okay, sometimes you lose them, bro. You lose them sometimes.
Was he the first person inducted to the Sucker Sam? Do you remember who the first person was?
He was the very first inductee.
Oh man, I don't know if that's a good. That ain't a good look, Ghost. Oh my god. Oh yeah, that is low key true. Mr. Jones' partner always licked check and Ghost. He kept it real. I appreciated that. Not a lot of lawyers are going to do that, so I appreciated that. He could have somebody like Silver that was judging him. Oh, I couldn't stand Silver. We're gonna get to that maybe in a few months. So we're having this big meeting with the feds and Ruiz, and so they're really trying to reach and like, okay, we understood, originally that we wanted you to snitch on Lobos, but we gonna need a little more juice out of you, bruh. So we need the entire organization coming out your mouth. Like, I want all the details. And of course, his lawyer was like, that's not what we agreed upon. Are you crazy? Like, he's not doing that. And Ruiz is like backing him up. Of course, he was like, no, I'm not doing it. That's not what I came here for. So of course, Greg and Sax, they're a little frustrated. Angie was called to round up some witnesses, not witnesses, some jury members. So she really couldn't affect anything in this meeting, which was kind of a detriment. But yeah, they really trying to low-key make Ruiz the go of local snitching, or it could be low-key global snitching. Low-key. maybe. How do you feel about them turning Ruiz into a snitch?
I mean, they pressed him pretty hard, so
yeah.
he wasn't solid.
How did you feel about his character? Like, he was cool. I mean, not one of my favorites, but I didn't hate
his character. I don't know why I wouldn't have just left like he did. I thought he was a boss. But
that's the thing. You go from that to mopping floors at the restaurant across the country. Like, the math wasn't mathing, but I guess, he wanted to save his family, but it seemed pretty easy for him, for Ghost to get him to leave. But yes, his days are numbered as well. So, some bonding going on. Kate is at the loft and was like, Tommy, I need to pick me up. And he already knew what that was. They went, put the lines on the table. He, put 3, boom, boom, boom. They over there partying. And Holly, she's pregnant. They don't know that. And he was like, all right, Holly, this is the good stuff. What's up? And she was like, no, I'm cool on that. And so, of course, Kate was like, oh, you too good for this? Like, girl, like, who are you? So she proceeds to snort Holly's line because she ain't wasting no coke. How do you feel about how much do you condemn them, like, mother and son sniffing the cocaine together? Like, is this fire or not?
It's fire. Not the cocaine part, but I mean, it get like that sometimes in the hood, man. Moms be like, now the moms put guns in their son's hand, like literally. Don't forget your gun.
I don't know why I thought about the
Like,
Wire. Name it Mama.
right now, imagine it. Right, Mama like Naaman, but imagine if Naaman was Kennard. You know what I mean? It get wicked. So
Yeah,
it's definitely fire.
yeah. I just
It's
it's so toxic. I
definitely
love
horrible parenting, but
good TV.
right, Rock. Look at Rock. You get wicked. But
Yeah.
Kanan wanted that though.
Yeah, she really didn't want to initially, but she felt okay.
Right.
If you're gonna be in this life, I might as well teach you and coach you, teach you the game, teach him the game. Rock. That's what you should say.
Right. Whew, that's fire. I'm gonna put that on the shirt.
All right, so Greg was like, you know what? I need to do a little more squeezing. So he meets Ruiz by himself and threatens him. He was like, you know what? I understand you're not trying to bring down the whole organization, but we can bring you down for the death of Nomar. I know you and Tommy or Ghost uh, collaborated to, kill Nomar. You can pretty much get the death penalty. So you either snitch on the whole organization or we're going to let you go down for Nomar's death. And he was also a federal witness. So Reeves was like, oof. But I feel like he should have known better. Like this wasn't really, based on what he did with his daughter, he should have realized, like, no, but I guess you really don't know what the feds can do. You can't really trust the police. So I'm not too upset with him, like, still being scared about this situation. So this conversation, Milan and Ghost, long story short, Ghost tells, Milan, like, I'm good. You don't need to follow me anymore, my man. Do you have anything to say about Ghost pretty much firing Milan for his personal duties?
This was not a good episode for Ghost. A lot of people be critical of other characters because they women. Because they're a woman, so they be more critical of their characters. But I mean, fumble after fumble after fumble. I don't know. Nobody calls it out. Like, this is disgusting how this man is fumbling these last couple episodes. Like, come on. Man.
What wins did he get?
Right. But Rock killed Scrap on accident. And that's just, I can't believe she did it. Look who this man is.
I didn't criticize her too much for that.
It's beyond Blender for this dude. This dude is in the food processor. He is mincemeat.
He ready to go in that cup. A nice little smoothie been in the blender for a good 10-15 minutes.
He's tropical smoothie right now.
Oh, Ghost. Oh, jeez. So
it's laughable.
This was low-key touching, y'all.
He didn't even know how to hug his son. He tried to push him off of him.
Yeah, he was like, he didn't know how to hug right.
That's enough. Like, oh damn, this boy really hurt. Stupid. Like, it
was weird. You know,
try to push him off of him. Like, okay, yeah, that's enough. Like, oh damn, he really hurt. Yeah, you left after he like you changed the boy's entire outlook on life.
For real. Like, and I appreciated Ghost's understanding because most parents, how our parents back in the day, they didn't care about our emotions like that. So, just to give some context, if y'all haven't seen the episode, Tariq over there, playing with the records, trying to get acclimated into the business, what have you, having a good old time. So Ghost, trying to bond with him. Hey, I joined the Twitter, of course, not knowing anything about social media. Tariq is pretty much trying to school him. So Ghost was like, you're pretty smart, aren't you? He was like, yeah. And he was like, yeah, you're so smart. I just don't understand your behavior. You're like, what's going on with you? You could be honest. So Tariq just, spills his guts. Like, yo, like, you left mom's, you moved in with Angie, you forced us to meet her without any explanation. Like, bro, you moving way too fast. Like, what's going on here? So, they embraced and, there was a really good touching hug. But yes, Ghost, he wasn't really prepared for the emotion. That goes also to show, like, Ghost is not truly really realizing the impact of his decisions on his children. Just you over here head over heels with Angie over here and not realizing you're traumatizing your children. And this is your son, Brillo.
No. Ghost is not my son. Tariq is my grandson because of Kanan. Got nothing to
I'm
do
saying
with
Ghost your son too.
Don't put that on me.
Dang, you ain't claiming Ghost. Oh man. Oh gosh.
Tariq is my adopted grandson.
And Max at first, then he couldn't cry after Raina was killed, but he cried. We broke up with Andrew. Oh, I can't wait till we get to that. I think that's next episode. DeMarcus said Kanan was more an emotional connection with Tariq than Ghost. I can kind of agree with that too. Yeah, it was a lot going on, but yeah, Tariq. I appreciated that moment. Okay. So Angie, she comes to the office because she's realizing what's going down with the feds. And she was like, all right, Ghost, boo. Yeah, remember I told you, well, remember we talked about, me giving you the heads up if you ever need a lawyer. Yeah, this is the time, boo. And so he was like, oh, are you talking about Ruiz? So she was like, how'd you find out about him? Of course, he's not, telling her his connects. So he's upset with Angie for not giving him the heads up.
And he should be.
Yeah, I would be upset too. And so he was like, well, we all in this because of what you did to Ruiz and the daughter, because his daughter was a part of the sketch artist,
Right.
So that pretty much kind of got her mixed up. He was like, all right, Angie, please don't make me have to fix this on my own. And I was like, ooh, Ghost. Like, he was low-key like threatening her. And I was like, yes, Tasha told you you're gonna be making, doing favors and doing things for Ghost forever. Honey, you thought it was all cute and whatnot. But yeah, Ghost is stressful, all right? She was like, I was a good cop. Girl, bye. What do you feel about?
You shouldn't have never been messing with this dude. Like, come on, man. You can't be 1 foot, she 1 foot in, 1 foot out. Like,
that's fact.
He should have immediately told him before when they was in bed, like, oh man, you know what I'm saying? What's the name back?
Facts.
What are you hiding stuff for me? Bro, if Ghosts go down, you think you're not going down too?
You won't lose your job at the very least.
At the least, you might not go to jail, but you're going to get fired and be a laughing stock of the department.
She already low-key is a laughing stock, but more of an official laughing stock.
Right.
It's a mess. Mr. Jones said Ghost had me proud for 2 seconds when he turned into Mr. Get Bad, but started zipping 2 minutes. Like,
exactly.
Yeah, I felt the same way. I was like,
these were not good episodes for Ghost, man.
Yeah. Ugh, failure after failure. Oh, Lord. Oh, God. DeMarcus. Mecca is the reason for all of this. Oh, Lord. So, this scene right here, do you want to talk about this? Do you want to talk about your real son, so-called?
My stepson was never going to do nothing to this queen. Look at him. Got her up. It was just all intimidation factor, and it worked.
She was frightened. Look at her face.
She was crying because Dre was back.
Don't do that. Don't do that. Dre is an outstanding father.
He was crying because Dre was back.
For years, I was mad at the baby moms, okay? Because Kanan said, your baby mom said, I'll look, it was okay for me to look after your little girl while she goes to the store. But now when I rewatched it, I'm like, was she okay? Or did he threaten her to leave or threaten her life to let her, to let him stay in the house? I don't know. I just feel like maybe it was
something. She might know Kanan, though. Jay probably done told her, you know what I'm saying? She might know Kanan. But still wouldn't leave my daughter with nobody else, but it's TV. I feel like she should have been. Yeah, I don't know. They didn't elaborate on enough, but now that you pointed out, that does not make sense at all.
That's what I'm saying. Like, in my eyes, I always had the impression that she never met Kanan. It was just
right. They should have made it like she was Kanan's cousin or something. You know what I mean? Somebody who knew Kanan that would trust Kanan with their kids. Something.
Yeah, that's what I'm like. It has to be an intimidation or something for her. But the way he played her later on in the seasons, later when he was like, offer witness protection, he was like, nah, I just want me and my daughter, not the baby mom. So maybe she was a bird that was dumb.
That was Dre. Hey, that was that right.
So maybe she
top
went
10, Dre top 10 too. Like that's a crazy line. That's up there with James. That's worse than James at the cemetery with Tasha. I'm sorry. That's crazy right
there. Yeah, definitely. But long story short, Kanan, he pays Dre a surprise visit and was like, you surprised me, you shot me, you betrayed me. He said that a lot. He always telling people that they betrayed him and chose Ghost over him. He kind of said that to Jukebox when it came one of the little dudes she was working with, like you chose him over me. Like he was real big on that. Just people making decisions. Loyalty. Yeah, definitely. But he was like, just let my little girl go. I'm very useful to you. I'm really getting in good with Ghost. I spent all afternoon with his son. Like, I can help you because this whole time, Kanan has been doing surveillance on, Ghost and trying to figure out how to get back at this point. Nappy Boy said, I bet Kanan turned to innocent Kanan just to watch the baby.
Right. What I understand is why didn't Dre just go straight to Ghost? Like two things, bro. Kanan's still out here, and they about to kill Tommy. What's up? Yeah. Like Dre didn't know how to. I don't know what he was. Why didn't he do that?
I know he was really scared of Kanan, and I think
once you got your daughter back, like, bruh.
Okay, because I'm ahead of this episode, so I'm trying to think. Did Kanan and Tariq meet at this point?
No, they haven't met yet.
Okay, I'm sorry, y'all. I'm watched like I'm on like episode 8 right now, so I'm like trying to go back. Okay, all right, but yeah, Kanan, he was trying to really play defense, but also I feel like he was trying to prove to Ghost that he was loyal. So I think in his rationale, he was really trying to like show his distance per se. I don't know, but it's a lot. He was very complex.
Dre was supposed to go to Ghost like, look, man.
I agree.
Kanan is back. We need to get rid of him. Right.
He is
you
crazy.
Think I'm down with you? Man, I would have told the straight truth of this.
Yeah. Facts. Yeah, I feel the same way. Like, I feel like he wouldn't have went. It wouldn't have worked out either way. If he would have told Kanan about told Ghost about like Kanan, I feel like
they were smart enough to make it work though. Make him think like they don't like I just didn't understand that, but I get it.
Yeah. But Angie, she pays a visit to Ruiz. Of course, Ghost asks, the hell, because she don't want him to be killing no more people, all right? So she was like, I'm gonna work my magic. She went to talk to Ruiz and was like, all right, all you need to do is give us Lobos. Don't worry about nobody else. He was like, well, they told me they would give me the death penalty. She was like, there's no jury in the world that will convict you of killing or being a part of the conspiracy of the murder of your daughter's molester, okay? You would not get charged for that. And remember,
that's facts too.
Remember, Ghost saved your life, okay? He killed Drifty, he killed Vladimir, but he kept you alive. So we need to keep that going with this loyalty. And he was like, witch. He called her a witch at the end. But it was low-key fire. I was like, okay, Angie, you just need to stay on the team. Stay on the team. Like, girl, how you playing? One foot in, one foot out.
Top 10, Angela.
Hokey pokey ass.
Looking weak. What are you doing? Not intimidating at all. She used to kill me trying to press people.
Yeah, that is true.
Angela.
My girl, bye.
Everybody looked at her as a joke.
Oh, Lord. So, of course, Karen. That's what I'm about to call her, Karen. Child. Oh, sorry, Kate. Kate, she's trying to figure out what's going on with Tommy, because he's beefing with Ghost. She knows. And, she's pretty much, telling Holly a story about how Ghost, was sticking up for Tommy back in the day. He's always been there for him. And, just kind of reiterating, like, Tommy, Ghost, he's always going to look out for you. Like, he is your protector. And of course, Holly was like, we don't need this. We trying to kill Ghost, girl. Like, shut up. But of course, she can't tell Kate that. But yeah, it's just more of Kate and the toxicity. And I loved it, okay? But we get a knock at the door. Julio comes through. He's like, I made the rounds. I'm doing our thing with the organization, clocked in. And one problem. Yeah, Dylan, our little dumb Asian friend, yeah, he got wet up. And so Tommy was like, for real? Let's tool up. We can't have people messing with our people. So he was like, how does happen? He was like, well, it's out of, some church in Hell's Kitchen. Hell's Kitchen is a neighborhood in Manhattan. So he was like, hold up now.
Right.
Married a two, like what the heck? So he's realizing that, this, Dylan got killed where, he was, trying to get his life was in danger. So he realizes that Dylan was after him. So he's like figuring out like, oh.
Like Lobos didn't try to kill me.
Exactly. It was somebody else, but that's still hella stressful. Like, damn, my head really on the chopping block out here in these streets. So back, another meeting with Ruiz, and of course he changed his tune again. He was like, I'm just giving y'all Lobos, okay? I ain't got time to be playing games with y'all. Y'all really can't mess with me when it comes to anything else because I was protecting my daughter, okay? And so, of course, Greg, he got the stank face on. Angie was like, yeah, I did my job for my boo. Now, can you appreciate Angie for what she's doing, or do you think she's the reason for all this in the first place?
I mean, she came at the last second, and because it benefited her. I'm still stuck on Ruiz. I'm not giving him a pass for snitching on Lobos. Like, what are you doing?
I think part of it was Greg really when Greg flew to, I think, San Francisco, wherever Ruiz was hiding out. He really was honing in that Ruiz was really after him, like really gunning, trying to kill him, even though he was, but he wasn't. But he was really laying it real thick, like Ruiz, main problem was going to be Lobo. So I think that was his way. But the way Vibero grew up, you would think like snitching
right,
is
man,
a no-no.
you can't rap, bro. That's just too much.
Oh, well, it happens to the best of us. So this was a fire scene that you was talking about earlier where, they decide that, we can have Lobos pretty much snitch on the Jimenez there before he can get transferred. Okay, so he's giving him the papers to snitch and, like, hey, you're going to get transferred. So this is your opportunity to not make it to your next destination. Hint, hint, wink, wink. You need to figure out an escape plan. So, of course, Lobo's all excited. He's making, passes and flirting with Sandoval. Which is comical and uncomfortable at the same time. But yes, you have anything to add regarding Lobos? I mean, I know you talked about
classic Lobos. I don't really have nothing to add.
I know. We gonna move on. Oh, Lord, child. Go ahead. What you got to say about this?
What scene is this? Is this the scene?
Yeah, this is the beginning of it. So, Holly and Tommy, they're having another conversation. She's trying to get an update on Ghost. And she was like, no, babe, I realized it wasn't Lobos trying to kill me. Ghost actually saved my life because it was the Asian dudes, Dylan and them, trying to kill me. So it wasn't Lobos at all. She was like, well, Lobo still wants you to kill Ghost, so we not in the clear, boo. Like, what's up? And so he's like, I gotta find Ghost. We gotta clear this up. We gotta link up, like compare notes. Like, we gotta get it together, okay? Brotherhood unite. And she was like, no, you can't go. I don't want you getting hurt. So he was like, what you mean getting hurt, girl? Like, what's popping? So, she was like, well, he was like, what did you do, Holly? What did you do? So we cut from that because they building the suspense, right? Hey, BB, what's up? We cut to your adopted grandson, on a nice outing with his father. They're on the way to the game. Ghost feels a little bump on the SUV. So he gets out. Tariq got his headphones. So he's oblivious to what's going on. All right.
And these Jamaicans are trash. Why are they not spraying right now? As soon as he hopped out the whip, spray his ass up. What are y'all doing? Posing with the AK. What you doing? Posing with the stick. Looking sweet with your little hoodie on. What are you doing? You should
got him in the car. Like, it's so many other options.
The whole side of that whole whip would have been Swiss cheese, and we'd have been on our way out back to you know what I'm saying, wherever the Jamaicans stay. What are they doing? They was just, I don't know. I do not know.
They was full off the oxtails and couldn't think straight. I don't know. But
right, Ghost knew it was over. He just closed his eyes. He knew
I don't know if he closed his eyes first. I know he looked back. He looked back at Tariq because Tariq
looked at Tariq first.
Yeah. And he just like, all right, it's going down. It's going down. But
completely lacking. Like, you really thought that you was James St. Patrick for real. Like, dog, you lie so good. You done fooled yourself into believing that you James St. Patrick, dog. You are a hustler, killing drug dealer. What are you doing?
That was so facts.
He done fooled himself into thinking he's James St. Patrick.
Yeah, he tends to let his guard down when he's around certain people. He was definitely clocked in for James.
This will never be Rock.
Why we always got to go there?
Cause the power community use any and every reason to tear Rock down, but and raise James St. Patrick up just because James is a man. I'm sorry, I gotta keep it a buck.
Now I'm trying to think, has Rock ever slipped? The only time I feel like
not like this.
Yeah, you're right. I feel like she should have had a blicky on her.
Somebody would hit the G-Wagon. She hopping out that boy sticked up.
It's actually a Range Rover, right?
Yeah, the range.
Yeah. Sorry.
I'm thinking about Monet.
You think about Monet? Monet got the G-Wagon. Oh, but in the nick of time, Lord, Milan came through in the clutch.
He got wicked. Milan is surgical too.
For real.
That's how you pull up and spray.
Like
silenced up on an automatic. Like, this is some real military type stuff. Lay them boys out quick and dispose of the body while Baby Ghost still in there listening to his headphones. Yeah.
Don't know nothing.
But how you don't even look back? Like, my sons always looking back. Like, what's going on? You know, they too nosy, I guess.
That's what I'm like. Is he that sheltered to where he's like, oh, a little fender bender? Okay, like, nah, bro.
Kids would have been all turned around like, why you hit our car?
Oh, we getting out too.
Yeah.
We all getting out. What's going on? He talking about you still listening to music. Come on. That's the reason why him and Tasha failed. Because this boy don't have nothing. No head is on no swivels. Like, nothing.
DeMarcus, I did that only because of longevity, 6 seasons. And plus, I'm a rational man, but I'm just pointing out the facts, man. They don't tell. We don't dissect this man. He had some unbelievable fumbles and blunders. That's far, far worse than anything Rock done did. In my opinion.
But thank you, Milan, for saving Ghost's life. We already know you have your own reasons for doing so. We'll see that later.
He sprayed them boys down so beautifully. It was
so
crazy.
Beautiful, so quick from across the street.
Right, they disposed of the bodies and everything. Like, Ghost, I don't even know why he ain't go to the game. So he was good.
I thought about that too. I'm like, we good. We could have went to the game.
I would be like, right now, I would have had to know. He was a little shook. But
He was shook. But look at the positioning on this bottom left. Like, Milan was clear across the street. Come on now. He got one on the neck. Like, it was fire. It was definitely fire. But Milan told him to go home. I'll take care of it. Even though I ain't supposed to be really following you no more. This is why you need me, bruh. Okay? I'm a full service security team. Giving me John Wick vibes when they had the cleaning crew coming over. Just cleaning up everything. Oh my gosh. So Tommy and Holly have a real. I couldn't.
Allow me.
Go ahead. Go ahead. Go ahead.
So of course, they're having an argument. They have a real bad argument. Holly says, she basically, he wanted to get out or whatever. They get a little physical, but it's not going too far at this point. But then she says, "Yeah, you're never gonna be anything without, Ghost. Like you're nothing without him." What she say that for? So he proceeds to choke her like Bart, like Homer does Bart on each episode. Gave her that Homer Simpson choke until her water bill was completely due and everybody was happy. But he for sure gave her that real life Homer Simpson Bart choke.
I cannot.
The dope gave her that's the dope.
I'm done. I am done. I'm locking off. Not the whole. You are so insensitive. Poor Holly. Poor Holly. I felt a little bad.
Ohio. She could have been in Ohio.
As much as he loved Holly, he loved Ghost more. He killed her because Amir thought of Ghost. Yeah, that's definitely facts. She overestimated his love for her, and she underestimated his love for Ghost.
That goes to show you she didn't know nothing about Tommy. She just knew he was rich and getting money.
She didn't know.
And exciting. He was. I don't even think it was the money. He was exciting. No. He was a tough guy. But yeah, man, that show you she didn't know Tommy at all.
Yeah, and this is what they've been together. What, a couple months at best, girl. Get out my face.
Now you don't know like him and Ghost is really that tight.
Exactly what they really been into. Like she was sadly mistaken. Okay. So Sandoval and Keeslick, he's giving Angie the transfer papers for Lobos, and you reassure her like this is a good thing. We're putting a criminal in prison, and I think he's being slick because he knows her and Ghost are in cahoots in some sorts. So I think he wants her to know this information so Ghost can possibly kill Lobos to get Lobos out of his own situation.
Exactly. Backdoor.
Exactly. So he was definitely being slick with this. I ain't gonna lie, I ain't mad at it. I ain't mad at it, Sandoval. You gotta use what you got to get what you want. Not poor little Tink nappy boy. She had a good life. Oh Lord. So Ghost goes back to Angie's after he dropped Tariq off, and he is distraught. He's texting Dre, I may need you for something later. Now I want to ask you a question. What do you think, or when you saw this, what do you think he's going to ask Dre to do or intended to ask Dre to do? Because I was thinking maybe possibly get at Tommy.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. Try to get with Tommy or something.
Yeah. Because I know he don't trust Dre, but I think he at the point where like, I don't care. I need all hands on deck. But there's something that happens in Ghost and Tommy's conversation in a minute that questions that. So I'm trying to figure out if Ghost's playing around. But long story short, Angie comes home, tells him like handled everything with Lobos. You're good. He shows her the separation papers. She's all giggly like a little schoolgirl. I'm like, whatever, girl. But yes, Ghost, he's had a stressful day. Okay, he's so stressed. He's in bed. He can't sleep. So he breaks into Tommy's apartment, seemingly trying to kill him. Okay.
Yeah, he thinking Tommy had put the hit out on him.
Yeah. But this was kind of touching, and he goes and sees Tommy. He's
so help me. Sucker Simp Hall of Fame members right here. Talking about some help me. That was horrible writing power. Come on, man. Look at him. Help me. Like, dog. That's so cliche. So trash.
I mean, it was bad, but I was still in the emotion of it all. So I'm looking at it from like an emotional acting point, not really for dialogue.
Yeah.
But just saying her like laid out like that, like sorry, it's not funny. It's not funny. I'm sorry.
She is done. Her water is dry. Desert Storm.
Can we put a blanket over her or something? I ain't.
Right, damn. They did. She over there stinking.
I don't think she's thinking yet. Come on now. You try to speed up the process.
She didn't sat over there long enough. Soiled.
Yeah, that's definitely facts. All right. So, of course, he helps him and buries Holly and pretty much says it's done. And they end up comparing notes. Like, you know, he explains somebody tried to get at me with Tariq. And, you know, and this the part what confused me a little bit. I wasn't sure if Ghost was acting or not because Tommy was like, Tariq was with you. He said, that was you. He said, no, that was Holly. So I'm not sure if Ghost is trying to play it off like he didn't think it was Tommy or if he really, because I'm like, he could possibly have thunk it was Lobos, but it was the Jamaicans. That's somebody only him and, well, not only him and Tommy used, but that was seemed like a move from Tommy, not necessarily Lobos. So I don't know what you think about that. But they pretty much agreed to kill Lobos together. Okay. But anything about this, you know, last scene you want to touch on before we get out of here?
Nope, it's just like, damn, Ghost can get rid of a whole body, put it in the car like you hot as ever. 2 seconds ago, they riding around with a dead body, disposing like that's the hottest thing ever. It's all type of DNA in there.
Fact.
None of these bodies ever come up, so they are veterans at getting rid of bodies. Like Lulu, shame on you. These are OGs right here. They ain't finding Holly.
And when I first was watching the show, I always thought that body was resurfaced. Like, I'm like, they're going to start building and digging over there, even though it's by the water. I just always felt, because he was always going back to that site. Oh, and we'll see next episode. He's always going back and mourn, you know, her burial, if you will, her location. So I always thought it was going to come back at them at some point. It would have been fire if Milan was following them during this whole situation too, but we didn't see that. But overall was pretty good episode. I'm gonna give it an A. I know you probably give it an A just on the mere fact that
definitely A. And plus the comedy of James being in the blender and the power community pretending like, you know, he wasn't.
Oh man. I mean, it looks similar locations. I ain't gonna lie, and how he was buried right next to Crown. Crown is definitely, oh no, they dug him up though. Yeah, but we're gonna see a lot of that. But y'all in the comments, let us know your grades while we're doing that. Also, multitask, okay? Please make sure you're liking this video and subscribing. Brilla, what's going on your channel?
Oh, I got videos coming later this week. We just, if you didn't check it out already, check out Not Another Boring Lie, episode 5. We did that yesterday. Yeah, definitely got stuff coming. So, keep your notification bells on. You already know what's going on.
All right. So yes, y'all, everybody give it A's and 10s. Awesome. So yes, if you haven't caught my episode 7 review of the BMF documentary, please check that out. Of course, we're gearing up for BMF season 2. I will be reviewing that as well. Still on the power train. We're gonna take this thing to the end, y'all. So definitely keep riding with me when it comes to power. I'm trying to work on some movie reviews. It's hard out here for a pimp, y'all. I ain't gonna lie. The time just don't be timing, but I'm definitely going to try to work on that and a few other things. But I appreciate you guys coming out tonight for your girl. Well, coming in, you know what it is. Whatever you're watching on your TV, your phone, tablet, laptop. I appreciate you guys always for coming through. I appreciate you, DeMarcus. Thank you for the compliment. Thank you, Samira. I appreciate y'all. And yes, I hope you guys enjoy the rest of y'all week. Have a safe weekend, and I will see you guys shortly and be back next week, episode 6. Toodles, y'all. Bye.